everyone, today I am here to react to episode 5 of season 3 of The White Lotus. Like I said last time, this is the first episode that really feels like it's a continuation right after of the episode before. I feel like every episode, while setting stuff up that's obviously going to happen and continue in the season, has kind of had a bit of a contained storyline of like a full day or something like that. This one, though, on the other hand, ended right before the full moon festival party was going on, and all the characters are pretty much going out and just getting their night started. So I'm really excited to check it out and see what's going to happen and see how things start to build and maybe boil over. So yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, our man also completely messed this up. Like, I'm really rooting for him, but my gosh, does he make it hard sometimes by just leaving that out and then leaving the door unlocked for anyone to take. I actually can't believe it's this simple that they just have it on camera, but at the same time, like, he's not going to be able to go to his boss and be like, hey, I saw this guy take the gun, because then they're going to be like, why wasn't it locked up? Why did you leave? Why didn't you lock the door? All this stuff. So it's not exactly a simple answer, but at least he knows, he knows who has it. No, ma'am. Her mannerisms are just so funny. Like, Parker Posey does such a good job with just like the like head shake and tilt. It's just perfect. The delivery on that was perfect. I don't know. There's something about Victoria. Like, is she insufferable? Yes. But is Parker doing just such an amazing job with like every line delivery and mannerism? Absolutely. This man talks like a walking, like one of those podcasts. You know exactly what kind of podcast I'm talking about. And I feel like, does he even actually like practice this stuff? Or is it just like, because I feel like oftentimes when you hear people that talk like this, you're like, oh, so you've never actually talked to a woman. You know what I mean? Good. The one couple that I like on this show, I don't want them. I don't really like, I don't know, I like Chloe as a character. I don't like the influence she has on Chelsea, and particularly like what I feel like she's gonna get Chelsea wrapped into. That's what I worry about. So are there other people on this boat? What a weirdo. What a weirdo. And if she hooks up with him, I will vomit right here and now, just to let you know. Oh! Her face would just be like, I am so sorry. Like, how do you react to that? Kate being paired with this man is just so perfect, because I feel like Leslie Bibb has that kind of like polite cordialness of like, I don't know how to react, but I'm not going to be rude, down to a T. Like, just that face of like, oh, nice. I also don't understand how this works. I don't go to hotels. I'm not the mega rich, so obviously I don't understand how this works, but like, you can just go to a hotel and go to the bar and use the pool and not be a member there? Or is he just like, because he's a member at other White Lotuses, even though he lives in Thailand, he can just like come and go from this one as he pleases? I don't really get how that works. Oh, so that's interesting, because the trailer made it look like this dance off was between her and her friend, and like they were getting jealous over Valentine, but she's actually showing off to the young girls, being like, I still got it, and all that. I mean, that's what her character comes down to, right? Is like chasing that high of like feeling like you're the coolest, hottest girl in whatever room you're in. And I feel like that's what's going to end up getting her in trouble, because everyone keeps pointing out, and I always forget this, is she's famous in the show, so like anything she does, like imagine if like Emma Stone was out here doing this would be photographed. I love Kate. She looks like so uncomfortable with it, but is like trying her best to have fun, and I just love that. Get with the program, Fabian. He irks me. Like, I feel like in terms of like standing up for like, if we've got Armando and Valentina, like he's not anywhere near there, okay? Yes. Why do you think he was asking about her? Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. All of them? Let's just call all. Yes, exactly. Excuse me? She's in danger. He's asking about her. Oh my gosh, this man. Not the gaslighting. That's weird. Does he know more than he's letting on? Or is this just because of who the owner of the hotel is and what he's done? Oh, now you're the scent. Like, you don't even know anything about him. You think? He's weird. I don't know. Like, I feel like it took so long for him to get more of a role in this season, and he's just not like. I feel like we're used to like strong managers, and I feel like he's just weird, but it makes me feel like he's hiding something. That's it? You just let him walk? Like, clearly he has it on him or somewhere nearby, and that's literally all? He didn't even, like, force the issue. He was just like, hey, can you please give me that back? I can't with him. Like, I really like him, but how can you keep him as an employee, you know? Hey, I know that guy. It's the wolf from the Bad Guys. Well, I've actually never seen him look this happy. Like, the man is smiling, and I'm like, what is that? That looks wrong. Jeez. Ugh, I hate when people pressure people to drink when they don't want to. Like, it's not fun. It's not like. I'm glad she stuck to, like, her thing and be like, I'm not drinking. I think Kate's the only one that's kind of seeing, like, this situation is not great. Like, we are still with strangers, even if one of them does work for the hotel and is the only one understanding of, like, we're in a foreign country with people we don't know that well. Piper's facial expressions are so funny. Like, the way she deals with these people. It's also very funny to me, though, that, like, her mom is so freaked out about this. Which, again, understandably so if your kid's like, I want to move around the world. But I think more the stuff she's saying about, like, it's a cult and all this. When it's, like, her sons are out doing gosh knows what on, like, the biggest party night of the year. And she was just like, take care of each other. And that was really it, right? Whereas, like, this girl was like, hey, I want to move to, like, a monastery. And she's like, what if it's a cult? Blah, blah, blah. Like, there was none of this, like, outrage for, like, what her sons were about to do. She was just kind of like, stay safe, boys. And whereas this one, she's, like, completely out of it, you know? I think it just shows the difference in how she treats, like, her sons and her daughter. And also, like, probably how she views, like, men versus women, right? I want to know how he'd be reacting to this if he wasn't drugged out on Lazapram or whatever it is right now, because he seems to be chill, but also still, like, kind of overwhelmed by it. But again, I think just the drugs are making him like, wait, what's he doing that he's all, like, freaked out about? Ominous. Have we been underestimating Loki this whole time? Because that was, like, weird. Not the ex, bro, come on. That wasn't part of the plan. I sincerely hope she does not hook up with Saxon. I will be so angry at Mr. White. I'm not even kidding. Oh gosh. He doesn't do drugs, remember? Except for Adderall. See, again, I hate the, like, pressuring. Like, just let them say no. Did he just spit something out? That was weird. Uh-oh. This is not good. Yeah. Oh no, we should not do that. Like, this is so weird. I'm her. I'm like, please no. No, it is not. You don't know these people. Me anytime, anywhere. Hey! I mean, I was kind of right then that it was an animal. I just thought it was a monkey. See, I feel like that's a clue that, like, even if, like, it wasn't Greg in her room, he was in there because they were like, oh, you must have left the door open. No way Belinda left the door open for a lizard to get in. Ugh, Piper, she's just so different from the boys who are out, like, partying. I can't get over it. Her face is the best, and I don't know. I feel like she's always the pot stirrer lately, like, in all the episodes we've seen so far, but in this one, I feel like she's the smartest one, being like, They should not be coming back with us. I am not getting in that pool. I'm putting my pajamas on and getting ready for bed any moment. He does not look good. How does Lachlan look fine, too, if this is his first time? Because I understand if it's like your first time, you're gonna be tripping like Saxon looks like he is. But Lockie looks fine, which is kind of suspicious. That maybe he's not as innocent as he says he is. This whole entire scene is like actually my nightmare. Like just all the extrovertedness, the partying, the lights, like I want to be in bed 30 minutes ago, thank you very much. See, I feel like that's reversing their roles right there. It's like he's the one that's like comforting him. I don't know. It's strange. It's been a strange episode with Lachlan. I feel like I'm changing my perception of him. Oh, that's got to be something, right? They cut from the two siblings on the beach right to her, like having like her meditation moment. I feel like that's got to mean something. Because the siblings have always been so interconnected with their stories from the beginning and like what they represent that I feel like them switching from, again, kind of a moment where Lachlan is more of the like powerful one in the relationship between him and Saxon to then switching to Piper maybe kind of getting a sense of that in a way from her prayer and stuff like that. I feel like that's gotta mean something of like maybe that's a real turning point for Lachlan in a bad way and she's kind of sensing it, if not realizing what that is, but just sensing that something dark is coming. What? That was my face, thank you. Like, excuse? What is going on? Like, this is me. Rick, this is who you'd rather spend your company with than Chelsea? Like, I'm sorry, but what is he even talking about? His face is so, like, give it up for Walter in this one. His face is just like, right. Like, I feel like the MVPs of this one, facial expression-wise, this episode, are definitely Rick. Always Victoria, she's funny. Piper has great ones, and then Kate, too. I feel like they are the MVPs of the facial expressions this episode. How does she always get stuck with him? I mean, she's just like, yeah, that sucks, bro. That's me trying to make conversation, like the obvious fact. My mother's sister, your aunt, yes. Kate is like having a whole other night than everyone else, and she's done. She's done. Well, did you kill him? Oh, okay, good, good, great, good to know. That's her limit. She's like, all right, this has gone on long enough. Don't say that to Jacqueline. It unleashes the beast. Oh, she did get them to leave. That's good. I just, again, that little like, yay, it was just so funny. Of like, these guys all think it's her best friend, and she's like, please leave. What's on her pajamas? I feel like that's gotta be a sign of something, because they're just so specific. I mean, it is just the idea of like being in pajamas while everyone else is in like a towel and like bathing suit and all that, but I also feel like it's a specific print. Is it cameras? I feel like it's cameras, right? Kate is like, they're gone. I am finally glad. And the rest of them are like, let's keep going. Her face! She's like, really? That's what everyone got from this. Not that that was just not something we should do. Are they gonna kiss? Oh, that's so sweet. Are there not other people on this boat? I thought they weren't with like a lot of people. Now somehow it's down to the four of them. No, they're brothers. That's weird. And also, I don't want her to cheat on Rick. That's not good, girl. Like, don't stay with him then. Her face, she's like, I mean, I feel like that shows us a lot about Rick and Chelsea's relationship too, right? That she would never entertain that thought of like, Rick would never hurt me. Please, no, not after what we just heard. I think it's probably a different kind of role play, but I'm still traumatized from that entire conversation. The only thing getting me through it was his face being the same face as I was making, because that was wild. Oh, did her husband finally text her back and she's so happy now? Oh, she ran into a wall. My gosh, that shot is like a predator stalking, like, hey. Oh my gosh. Girl, this is a bad decision on so many levels. Does Kate, I feel like Kate and Jacqueline share a villa too, right? Like, if Kate sees this, she's gonna be like, what are you doing? Oh, another gun. I wonder if he's gonna take that back to the White Lotus, because I think everyone just assumed that the gun that Tim found was gonna be the gun that was used from episode 1, but now if there's multiple guns, this could get bad. Is he gonna call Chelsea, please? And like just be like, hey, I miss you. I'm sorry we fought. She's gonna miss it. If she hooks up with Saxon, I'm going to riot so badly. Because I feel like, again, if your friend is saying, like, I don't want to cheat on my boyfriend, and you're like, no, do it. Like, that's the same as being like, I don't want to take a shot, and you being like, do it. Like, it's just like, can we respect each other's boundaries, please? Why would you ask them to kiss? She's so weird. And why did he kiss him? Ugh. That is just so weird. And I feel like it's very clear that, like, Lachlan's more with it and Saxon's out of his mind right now, that I feel like he couldn't, like, I don't, ugh, that's just weird. I can't. Oh my gosh, he was gonna do it right then and there? Like, with his wife and daughter in the next room? That's awful. I feel like people have been, like, really ragging on, like, the family for not noticing that he's not, like, acting well, but I feel like they are, and it's just, like, he just deflects, and maybe they don't push it a lot, but I feel like they're also not that kind of family. Like, they're probably very much the family of, like, bury your feelings, don't talk about it, you know, like that. So I feel like I don't agree with that in the sense of, like people were like, Piper, how can you not see that something's wrong with your dad? And I was like, she's asked him multiple times, like, what's wrong, Dad? You don't seem like yourself. And it's like, you can only do so much, you know? I really hope he realizes that, like, it's better to face what you've done and be alive than, like, do that to his family. Because I feel like even if they're disappointed, obviously, that, like, he ended up in jail and all that, I think the fact that he's there is the most important thing, right? I have seen the theories that, like, he's going to maybe fake his death during all that and then just live in Thailand like how Gary Gregg is, or he's just gonna run off and, like, just never see them again and stay in Thailand or something like that. I do partially agree with that, but I also think it would be a better message for him to face up to what he did. I don't know if that's what they would do, because sometimes it doesn't end with better messages or whatever. I honestly was thinking this episode was going to be a little wilder than it was in terms of, like, the full moon party and, like, what happened with the girls. Like, it definitely was wild, and I like that we had Kate as, like, the kind of insert person to be like, this is, like, not happening. Like, we need to call it a night and all that, because I feel like I definitely related to her, and I think she kept it from getting really bad really quickly. The full moon, though, with everyone, I honestly was expecting just something really wild to happen, and I think the only thing that I got from it was more just I'm looking at Lachlan in a different light, because I feel like he's very more calculated than it seems, and I just feel like for someone who was so innocent and so, like, I've never done this before, like, the way he was hanging out with them was not someone seemingly who had never done that before. Like, I feel like Saxon was someone who had not done drugs and all that before, and, like, you could see on his face. I feel like Lachlan, if this is his first time, would be tripping just as much. So the fact that he's, like, so with it and cognizant and everything, like, leads me to believe that he might be lying to everyone, that, like, he's not really this, like, shy little guy or whatever outside of his family. And I think him saying, like, he wants to take down Saxon, again, I don't know if this, maybe this is looking at that, like, kind of male competition aspect of it, of it's like how brothers, Saxon's, like, raising him to be like him, essentially, right? But, like, Saxon saying, like, you gotta be the big dog, you gotta be the top guy, and it's like, if you have a brother who's right there, you're not the top dog. So it's like Lachlan now feels like he has to take him down. So I just wonder if that's a new feeling or if that's something he's felt all along, and this is kind of now his plan of, like, cozy up to Saxon, learn his tricks, and take him down. So I'm interested to see how that develops, because that's definitely different than how I thought. And I feel like, again, Piper has, like, a realization, like, not even realizing what it is fully, but just, like, this bad feeling when she was meditating, because as soon as, like, the dynamic of, like, positioning switched with them, of when it was, like, Lachlan, like, grabbing him around the shoulder and, like, giving him, like, a little, like, head noogie or whatever, which is what we saw Saxon do to him in the beginning, as soon as the position switched. So now it's like Lachlan's more the one in power and seemingly the more like older one. That was when Piper's like, it cut back to her having this kind of like realization is what it looked like to me. So definitely interesting things being set up, and I'm excited to see how it's going to affect going forward, because like we are in like, you know, later episodes, so stuff is going to start to get wild. Zion's also coming next episode, which I'm really, really excited about, but also again, I don't know how long he was there before everything happened in episode 1, so that means we're getting closer and closer to that too, which is stressful. But yeah, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments, what you noticed, what your theories are for what's going to happen and everything like that. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!